Are you consciously trying to eat leaner and healthier foods, but you're not feeling or seeing the results? You might even be regressing. If so, the solution lies in macronutrients. Good sources of fat, protein, and carbohydrates that let you create almost any kind of meal and provide your body with the nourishment it needs to develop the body you desire. In this video, we will discuss what macros are, how to identify them, a comprehensive list of foods with their macros, and how to use them to make healthy meals. But before we begin, we would like to note that this video is for educational purposes only. Consult your healthcare provider for questions about a specific diet based on your current conditions. So, what are macros? Macros, short for macronutrients, are the three categories of nutrients that make up the calories in the food you eat. The three macros are protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Each macro is measured in grams and provides energy. 1 gram of protein provides 4 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrate provides 4 calories. 1 gram of fat provides 9 calories. Carbohydrates are the body's primary source of energy, providing fuel for physical activity, brain function, and various metabolic processes. Think potatoes, fruit, bread, oatmeal, potato chips, sugar, etc. Those all contain carbohydrates. They are all of the sugars, starches, and fibers you would find in your fruits, veggies, grains, and even dairy products. Most types of carbs get broken down into glucose or sugar, which your body either uses for immediate energy or stores as glycogen, the storage form of glucose, in your liver and muscles. Carbs provide 4 calories per gram and typically make up the largest portion of people's calorie intake. Carb intake is among the most hotly debated of all macronutrient recommendations, but major health organizations suggest consuming 45% to 65% of your daily calories from carbs. Their job is to provide energy for our central nervous system and energy to our muscles. They are critical to our brain function and also influence our mood and memory. Have you ever had a bowl of ice cream and then felt happy? Thank those carbs. They are a key player in mental health. Carbohydrates can be broken down into 2 types, simple and complex. Simple carbohydrates are broken down quickly by the body. They are found naturally in foods such as fruit and dairy, along with sugar and processed foods such as candy and soda. Complex carbohydrates are broken down more slowly by the body, hence they are complex. Foods such as beans, vegetables, and whole grains such as oats all contain complex carbs. They are essential for maintaining energy levels, supporting exercise performance, and regulating blood sugar levels. Proteins are the building blocks of life and are crucial for the growth, repair, and maintenance of body tissues. The second type of macronutrient is protein. Proteins are long chains of amino acids that make up your muscles, skin, bones, hair, nails, etc. Moreover, amino acids are essential for various bodily functions, including muscle development, immune function, hormone production, and enzyme activity. Without protein, your organs cannot exist, and protein is super important for both muscle growth and repair. Proteins are vital for processes like cell signaling, immune function, and the building of tissues, hormones, and enzymes. It's recommended that proteins comprise 10% to 35% of your total calorie intake. However, protein recommendations vary depending on body composition goals, age, health, and more. Most protein is found in animal sources such as poultry, meat, eggs, and dairy. However, you can also find protein in plant-based foods such as beans, tofu, nuts, seeds, nutritional yeast, and quinoa. Consuming an adequate amount of protein is important for supporting muscle mass, promoting satiety, and aiding in weight management. Fats are essential for overall health and are involved in various bodily functions, including cell membrane structure, hormone production, nutrient absorption, and insulation. No, we're not talking about body fat, but dietary fat. The last and usually scariest macronutrient is dietary fat. Like carbohydrates and protein, dietary fat is also essential to life. Like carbohydrates, dietary fat is an energy source. Your body will store up fat and use it as energy once your carbohydrate reserves have been depleted. Have you ever started to feel tired during a workout and then got a second wind? Your fat stores just kicked in. Your body needs fat for energy and critical functions, such as hormone production, nutrient absorption, and body temperature maintenance. Though typical macronutrient recommendations for fats range from 20% to 35% of total calories, many people find success following a diet higher in fat. Fats can be found in foods such as nuts, seeds, oils, butter, fatty meat, and fatty fish. Like carbohydrates, dietary fats are also broken down into different categories. We have two main types: saturated fats. They mostly come from meat and dairy sources. These fats are generally solid at room temperature and tend to be shelf-stable for a long time. However, when it comes to cardiovascular risk, saturated fat should be avoided from meats versus dairy. Full-fat dairy products either have a neutral or beneficial effect on cardiovascular health. Unsaturated fats. They include two other types of fats: monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. Unsaturated fats come from plant sources and fortified foods such as eggs and dairy, as well as fish, seaweed, and grass-fed animal products. They provide the body with many health benefits. These fats are generally liquid, even when refrigerated, and have a shorter shelf life than saturated fats. Consuming adequate amounts of healthy fats is important for heart health, brain function, and overall well-being. Although water and fiber are not macronutrients, they are two important factors in the "if it fits your macro" philosophy. That's because water is essential for life, and fiber is critical for digestion. Fiber also regulates our blood sugar and keeps us feeling full and satiated, which discourages overeating. Sufficient water intake also prevents things like headaches and, more importantly, dehydration. These may not be part of your macro calculator for weight loss per se, but they're still important to consider. Macro meal planning is a way of eating that focuses on consuming the right proportions of macronutrients, fat, protein, and carbohydrates, in each meal. Each gram of macronutrient has a different calorie value. 1 gram of fats contains 9 calories per gram. 1 gram of protein contains 4 calories per gram. 1 gram of carbohydrates contains 4 calories per gram. When you know the calorie value of each macronutrient, you can then calculate how many grams of each you should be eating to reach your desired daily calorie intake. Following such a plan allows you to control your calorie intake and ensures that you are getting the right proportions of macronutrients, as each one has different benefits for the body. This approach to nutrition can be helpful for people who are looking to lose weight, gain muscle, or improve their overall health. Proper macronutrient ratios are a core part of a healthy and effective diet. When you follow a macro meal plan, you are in control of your calorie intake and can make sure that you are getting the right amounts of each macronutrient. This can lead to several benefits, including fat loss. By controlling your calorie intake and ensuring that you are getting the right macro ratios, you can healthily lose weight while minimizing potential muscle loss. Muscle gain. Eating the right amounts of protein and carbohydrates and consuming enough calories can help you build muscle. Improved health. Eating a balanced diet that includes all of the essential nutrients in the right proportions can improve your overall health. Balanced and sustainable energy levels. When you consume the right amounts of each macronutrient, your body has the fuel it needs to maintain balanced and sustainable energy levels throughout the day. Control over food cravings. When you are getting the right amounts of each macro, especially protein and fats, you can avoid food cravings and maintain better control over your eating. Digestion and nutrient absorption. Your digestive system can function properly and you can absorb more nutrients from the food you eat. It is important to include each macronutrient in your daily diet. This will be easier if you build each meal around a combination of protein, carbs, and healthy fats. That said, finding the exact balance of macros that's right for you can be tricky. The large range of percentages recommended for each macronutrient leaves room for experimentation. One easy way to plan your meals is to use the USDA's My Plate system, which simply encourages you to use a divided plate icon to plan your meals. Roughly 1/4 of the plate is designated for fruits, vegetables, grains, and proteins. There is also a small icon for dairy. There is a similar system called the Healthy Eating Plate that is provided by Harvard Health. Each plate image can serve as a reminder to get your nutrition from different sources to ensure that your macro and micronutrient needs are met. Tracking calories might appear to be easier since you are only calculating one number, but some people choose to track macronutrients instead to reach specific goals. Tracking macronutrients is more complex because you need to set goals for 3 intake numbers instead of just 1. For people trying to reach fitness goals or lose weight, these numbers can be helpful. For example, people who are trying to lose weight might discover that they can reach their calorie goal more easily if they get more of their daily calories from protein. When included at every meal, protein might help you eat less because it generally provides greater satiety than carbohydrates. People who are managing heart disease or a related condition might track their intake of fat, particularly saturated fat, to reduce their risk for a cardiac event. People who are trying to reach fitness goals often track their macros. For example, endurance runners might target a particular carb intake to ensure that they are properly fueled for a race. Strength-trained athletes might watch their intake of protein to help them reach their performance goals. If you choose to track your macros, there are different methods you might use to manage your intake. One of the easiest ways is to use a smartphone app. Many health and wellness apps provide calorie and macro data for countless foods. These apps help you to input each food you consume and then provide updated charts and other graphics to let you see where you're at throughout the day. Examples of popular apps include Lose It, My Macros Plus, MyFitnessPal, and Fitbit. Another method is to use the old-fashioned pen and paper approach. You can either plan meals according to the macro balance that you require, or you can use online resources or apps to get your numbers and keep them in a notebook. Each macronutrient plays an important role in the body. It is important to note, however, that intensive counting of macros may be contraindicated in people with a history of eating disorders. This type of eating approach also limits a person's ability to listen to their internal hunger cues, so it's best to consult your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet. If you find this video helpful, then don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so that you can get more informative health-related videos in the future. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.